now class, I want to talk about borders within CSS. So how do we create borders and what do they do? Well, there is a ton of information out there on borders, so please read all the way through the reading that I have, CSS border. Let's see here. So let's look. All of this reading you need to go through and read up on in order to get borders. So make sure you go read. But let's go through and make just some very simple borders. Say we want to add a border around our paragraph tag. So what we're going to do is we're going to say P for paragraph, create our CSS linking. And then now what we want to do is create our border. Well, the border style we're going to do is, let's say, we'll just say solid because that's the easiest one. So we'll say border dash style. We'll say solid. We create a border style and we say solid. And then this creates a simple border. Now we can affect the size of our border as well by saying border width, and we use px like we always have. So we have border dash width, and we say 5px like always, or whatever you wanted it to be. So now that border width is 5px. If I wanted my border width to be 30px, that is there too. Creates this 30px border around my content. Border style is what defines the type of border we have. Like I said, there are tons out there. We can have dashed, border styles, which creates these dashes. We can have dotted. So there are a ton of different things we can do out there. W3 Schools has more examples, but for this, I'm just going to do a solid one. But just know border style is how we change it, and then border width is how we change the width of our border. I'm going to set this back to something normal like 5px. And now we have a decent border. But we can also change our color. So just like we've changed color everywhere else, we can say border dash color. And I can change this to be red. And now I have a red border. Pretty cool. Just know that, like I said, we can change our borders. Now, we don't have to stick with just one single border style. We can say border style solid, and then, but what if we wanted to have a little bit more fun? We could add just a bottom border. So we could say border dash bottom dash style. This is only going to add a bottom border of solid. So it's basically going to create a line. If I put a semicolon there. And now that just creates a bottom border. Well, what if I wanted a top border too? I could say border dash top dash style. And then I can say, let's say dashed. And that creates a dashed top border. Well, we can also use what we call shorthand. And shorthand lets us declare the width and the size and everything all in one. And shorthand, we would just say border, comma, and then we say its size, so we want 5px. we'll say dotted. And then the color we want is Dodger blue. So we say the size, the style, and then the color. Now this doesn't only have to work with just all of the border. If I wanted just to do the border top, it works for border top just as well. And then it creates just a border top. Now, that is a brief introduction to everything that we can really do with borders. If you want to learn more, W3 Schools is a great resource, but this is all you should need to know for my class.